Hello everyone, my name is Worm, and you know what? No, I'm going with that. My name is Worm, and welcome to the Rage W.M.D tournament, where people are vying for the legendary signed by the devs Worms plushie. We've seen Worm blood, sweat, and tears, and now it's time to see some more, as Science and Faith battle it out with Icy Caress. Let's do this thing. You know, initially I thought there was not much here, but actually my good friend Inuit Ankle Sock, they call him, told me that I could find some food. So I thought, quite frankly, you know what, I'll have a hot dog. So I went up, with some candor. I asked for one because I was like, I can be a chilled rage too. I try not to be too divergent in my request. In fact, you could say I was dauntless, but even so, I only came away with some cool ribbons. Now, I did want to do a full Worm team sentence, but abnegation? Come on, it's not fair. Alright, let me boogie on out of here to begin the battle. I'm you know what, I'm gonna steal this helicopter. This is my helicopter now. It's mine. I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to be a part of this world anymore. And goodbye, and good night. So here we are then, everybody, in the next game, and we have Icy Caress versus Science and Faith. And I have it on good faith that this is going to be a real showstopper of a match, because these two have got the skills, yes they do, the skills to pay the bills. Like, they get a check in the mail. They don't. They get a bill in the mail. Getting a check in the mail is just nice, because that's just extra money. It's not even relevant to my example. Alright, we'll come back to my terrible unfunniness later, and begin with a lovely tank that is going to shoot a certain... No, it's not actually. Is he just going to put a dynamite right there? Because that would work. It would spring him all the way to the other side. He's wanting to get up to the top. Maybe he doesn't want to use his dynamite yet. I could see that. The fire punch definitely is enough. Then he's going to get in the tank and hopefully go a little bit to the right. No? A bold move there by Icy not to get a little bit of safety to the right, because obviously that would make him a lot less, well, exactly what he just did to Scienceable, but I imagine he's got his confidence brewing, and he is very far away from Science and Faith's Worms, so I think he's gonna get away with it, despite it technically not being the perfect, most efficient move. Science gonna drop down on his jetpack, got a few little crates to grab, that makes sense, and there is a big concentration of icy worms in this sector. If I was a soldier scouting the field, that would be my report of the area here. In downtown. It's actually really messed up, isn't it? He's going to worm select back up there, which is an interesting choice, actually, because he's not got much to do unless he goes for a sweet aerial approach, but we shall see, and he is indeed doing just that, but only a bunker buster. I think this is more just for the sake of doing something on his turn, rather than just letting himself sit there in his little broken lamppost cave. But he is in the safest position. Well, technically that crate is now in the safest position, but the crate is not part of the game. Though that would be an interesting twist on Worms, the crates becoming a playable faction, because they want to get revenge for constantly being picked up and used against their will by the Worms. It turns out all the weapons the Worms use are sentient. That would be a plot twist and a half. Alright, Icy getting his mech on. The question is he actually going to use its attack? He is not going for the more manual approach, which is fair enough, because in this situation the mech's not going to do a crazy amount, and the tank, however, is going to be a fairly good bit of blasting. No, he's still not going to go for the tank. That's a lot of damage you could have laid down on Divergent there, and he in fact completely wastes his move. It's a disaster. It is an absolute disaster over in Camp Icy. I don't see what he was trying to do. Because, like, similar sounding. Yeah. good. So he just grabbed a little weapon crate that was chilling in that building. A very, very sneaky crate, if I do say so myself. Now, is somebody going to do some solid damage? This looks promising. There is still 3 icy worms here. You know, something like a banana bomb when they come online would be glorious. And in fact, he's just going to go get the materials. But is he going to continue on towards cool ribbons? That's the question. Science. Okay, he found an OMG strike. That works. He is going to fry his own worm here. But at the same time, yeah, that was pretty good. That worked out. I think overall, pretty good choice. Though what you will note is because Inuit and Chilled Rage were covered by the machines, they didn't take the actual impact damage. The real advantage of this now is that they are in very precarious positions, and basically a good prodding will send them to their watery grave. So Icy has got to very rapidly rectify the situation with probably a worm select and a teleport or jetpack just to get maximum wormage to safety. Though there is every chance he's just going to go for a bit of a bing bing pow pow, which is of course the technical term that us in the biz of worms use on abnegation, and he kind of overshoots a little bit with the sheep. Commits to get what damage he still can, but that could have been a lot more deadly, yes indeed. It looks like you can't pull the wool over abnegation's eyes. Because, like, the sheep nearly... It's late, okay? It's late. You know, it was difficult getting the next match arranged, but I'm doing it because I love this series, and I wouldn't want to do that to you guys and let it go. But it's late, and, you know, the tireder I am, the worse jokes I make. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I mean, to me, I've not noticed any difference, so basically that's just really awkward for you. And you know what? Shut up, alright? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Oh, this is going to be fairly effective. He needs to aim just a little bit higher, just a little bit. Nope, he's just going to place it. He is just straight going for it. This might be a horrible amount of regret, and he manages to pull it off. Though, of course, the big deal is it didn't actually kill anyone, and now Divergent is in just a horrible position. So basically, that entire portion of the map is just fucked. That's the only way to describe it. Hops into the tank to gain some high ground. That's actually a pretty good idea there. And then he could just do a nice little... Oh, he's going to put a sentry turret down? Oh, what? That is some way of bouncing it. That was awesome. I didn't even know you could do that, and I know everything, let's be honest here. Especially how to be extremely modest. That was very cool. Granted, it didn't change much, but it does give him massive, powerful coverage of this area, and it's probably one of the most effective way to prevent those worms that are at just a hair's breadth from finding themselves in a watery grave from dying, though the miss of Frankly Hot Dog is going to send him to a baseball bat death. There is not much that is going to stop that, but he needs to get out the way lest the same happen to him in a cruel twist of irony. I think he's just got far enough. I don't think you can get a worm to stand at the front, and a fire punch wouldn't quite have the arc from underneath, but still, the planning skills seem to be a little bit lost to nerves here in this match, and you know, admittedly that's fine, because if you win this, you're then doing battle for a place in the final, which is quite the serious endeavor. So yeah, let's see where he's taking this. And it looks like Abnegation is going to get paid a visit from the Chopper Fairy. It's just a normal guy with wings who happens to own a helicopter. We kind of just humor him. We don't really know why he's doing it. Is he actually? Oh, he's going to go for the full map bat. No. Oh, the bounce! The bounce! Oh, the mech saving him from a TF turret death there. That mech has been a hero so far. It has saved multiple worms from a horrific, horrible death. It really has. Oh, God, that mech is seriously a champion. Ain't that right, erudite? Now, how can he make use of this? He's got to be careful not to let the turret hit him. If he can just tap Chilled Rage, he'll get a nice kill. Cool Ribbon's still not in a great spot, and very, very knock into the waterable. Another definite technical term. He has got himself teleport? No? Probably an airstrike, I would say then, if that's not the case. In fact, that one does... alright, homing missile. And yeah, as I said, he does just want to get a little tiny tap on Chilled Rage. Really make sure that he pulls ahead a little bit too low of an arc there. I'm not sure that'll be too effective. And no! In fact, ironically, the only thing he does there is damage his own worm. I guess technically one on Inuit, but still. Should have gone for a much higher arc to let it really come round and go straight down. Science and Faith had a storming performance in the first round, absolutely outskilling, outplanning his opponent, but now it seems like the stress of being in this round is really getting to him. What's the plan? Because you got to be careful not to get your own worm. And in fact, what is happening? This slogfest of everyone being so dangerously balanced on death's door, and no one can quite open it. It is just insane. I have not seen a stalemate than this till I found that 3-month-old bread and just had to see if it was still okay toasted. It is just unreal. Alright, Candor, come on, get a kill down. There is just so much. Alright, we've gone for the airstrike, we've given up on anything requiring aim, and we are calling in air support. This does not look good for Icy Caress. No, it does not. He need but click and claim victory. He need but click and claim victory. Click. Alright, there we go. He did it. Probably changed his mind to a normal airstrike from a carpet bomb, but that does sink one worm very, very quickly. But again, the vehicle's playing a huge role in this island mini stalemate in the middle and saving yet another worm from certain doom. Cool Ribbons then can use his helicopter to get back in the action, and honestly, more than likely killing Divergent is the way to go here, especially if he's crafted a jetpack, which would serve him the best. He can just drop a nice little grenade and then fly away to safety, though admittedly, if he's confident in his helicopter gun aiming skills, he could shoot Divergent enough to knock him in the water, then come back over for Abnegation and Candor. God, Science and Faith's names. I mean, really, what names? There we go, that's gone. Is he going to try and get to the other ones? No, he's not. He's just going to accept that and go somewhere. He managed it. He nearly ran out of chopper time, but no, one more worm bites the dust, turning this into a 3v2 with a clear advantage for Science and Faith, who still has a full health worm kicking over there with his 2 injures, whereas Cool Ribbons is the only healthy one for Icy. Okay, where are you off? Just a nice little teleport out? I mean, it's safe, it's fair enough, it's just a nice secure little play there to get out of that hell that was the OMG area, so I can't say I completely blame him, but now it's Chilled Rage's turn, especially as the turret is there. I mean, it would be silly trying to pull something off, it's just unnecessarily difficult. So, it's going to be Chilled Rage's turn, and he can't move, so he has to... Oh! Okay, so he can move a little bit. I forgot, obviously, there's a little bit of land there. There's more left than I thought there would be. And the turret is actually his. I've forgotten who placed it. He doesn't have to worry about the turret at all because it's his turret. As I said, it's Lee. Don't you judge me. Don't judge me! Alright, he's going after Cool Ribbons because he needs himself. He's not going after Cool Ribbons. That's also his worm. Don't you judge me! I know what I'm talking about. World's most professional caster. He covers Abnegation with another turret and flies to safety. Oh, that is embarrassing. We will cut that out. We will cut that out. Oh, God. Sudden death hitting the field then as everyone migrates to the top right where they have the best chance of survival. Yes, indeed. Though Cool Ribbons is very, very baseballable from there. And that would really turn things around. But I don't think Science and Faith has actually crafted a jetpack. In fact, he is going to bazooka himself in a tiny little hole. I somehow doubt that. Are we going to see a sick rope? No, it's a super sheep. You know, I thought maybe a sick rope, but no. It's a super sheep, because fuck that little bit of land in particular. Okay, and then we're gonna see a return super sheep that hopefully will not fuck the land in particular. I think we've seen enough of that with sheeps this tournament, and Erudite gets knocked in the face and actually gets pretty much returned to where he started, which is, unfortunately for him, a lot closer to the water level. This could definitely still go either way, more by virtue of really anyone could fuck up at this point than someone doing anything particularly good, but you know what? That is the game of Worms in essence. It is a battle of who can make the least mistakes. Now, granted, you could say that about everything, but I really feel like it is exemplified in Worms. And ooh, we got ourselves most likely a carpet bomb coming in, unless he's crafted anything else. And there it is going to hit his own worm a little bit, but it's also going to go down to Cool Ribbons, but that has killed Abnegation. He got absolutely riddled with bullets there. There is no way that was not 61 damage on top of the carpet bombs that hit him. No way! Oh, that's awkward. That is awkward for him. This comes down then to a battle of two fairly injured worms against Cool Ribbon's kind of lightly injured realm. Realm? Yes, realm. Not a worm, realm. God, my brain today. And he does have the high ground, and we know how that went for Anakin and Obi-Wan. Has he crafted another super sheep to try again? No, he hasn't. He's actually going to throw his own No, not carpets. That's interesting. Carpets would at least more guarantee something actually going down there from the multiple bounces. There's a lot of random bits of land to block missiles. In fact, I'll be surprised if he's done any damage whatsoever in that mystery building. Okay, Science and Faith can definitely bring this home now. In fact, honestly, I think a Fire Punch might do it. I think it might send him the required arc to do it, but I think he needs to get a jetpack. I don't think he trusts himself to rope up there, and that might be his undoing. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, are we going to see some actual competency? Here we go. He's going for this little nook and cranny. That's what he's doing. This tiny little cave area next to the quite topical poster. Oh, Science, where is your faith? Actually, he's going to go for the worm select. He's going to do a double security turn, which is, you know, the safe, fair enough play. Was that a teleport? Oh no, he's gone for a homing missile that surprisingly exactly hit him in the face. I mean, yeah, it's just a little bit of damage, but it's at least something that he managed to do from over there. I am surprised that hit. That very much gently kissed the land on the way past, but I will allow him that one, because, you know, we've seen some very quality homing missiles before, and now he's got the sheep back out. The question is what type of sheep it is. Super's the only thing that would make a lot of sense. Are we now going to see the carpet bomb? We are! Probably should have done this the first time, but let's see how this deals with this massive building. And oh, he's got very lucky there. Didn't get knocked out, didn't get hit that much. Epoxy, 20 damage. This is not looking good for Icy. All it takes is Science to just get a worm over there and get a fire punch to him. That is it. That is the end point of this game. Will it happen? That's the question. We got ourselves another airstrike. This one, oh, a big beefed up one. Bigger explosions, lots of fire. That might actually have done it. What's the damage? What's the damage? 69. And he still lives on 13 health. Now is when he really needs to start the comeback. Or the teleport into this cave. You know, whatever works. You gotta do what you gotta do in these matches. I would not begrudge him that as a turn. But will he do it? Or will he choose to go down fighting with his honor intact? A big part of me would have laughed so much if he'd like fallen through that gap and died to fall damage. You know, that would suck for him, but that would be absolutely hilarious! Oh, Christ. Well, there we go. Oh, honourable Sudoku via sheep, achieved by Icy, Science and Faith, claiming the round. And there we have it, everyone. An interesting battle. I mean, I'll be honest, it was a little bit, you know, babies flailing, but that's okay. Nerves get to everyone, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope you all did too. I will see you when the next round happens, whenever that happens to be. But for now, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Oh, goodbye.